We are the biggest hypocrites, aren't we? We'll defend a stranger without a second thought. But the moment we make one small mistake, we tear ourselves apart in ways we'd never allow anyone else to witness. And here's what makes it stranger. That same harshness is almost completely absent when it comes to everyone else. We forgive them. We make excuses for them. We give them endless benefit of the doubt. But why does that same mercy never make it back to us? The truth is, our brains are wired to hold on to negative information about ourselves far more than positive information. And when you look at the research, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. In multiple surveys, people consistently rate strangers as more competent, more likable, and more deserving of forgiveness than they rate themselves for the exact same behavior. Same action, completely different verdict, depending entirely on who committed it. In one revealing study, participants were asked to rate a series of voice recordings for likability, without knowing their own voice had been secretly mixed into the samples. When people didn't know which voice was theirs, they rated it just as warmly as the others. But once they realized it was their own voice, their rating dropped. The hatred only appeared the moment ownership was revealed, which tells us something unsettling. We don't just extend kindness to others by default, we withhold it from ourselves by default. Where does this split actually come from? Evolution plays a role here too. Our ancestors survived by staying hyper-aware of danger, and being rejected from the group was one of the biggest dangers there was. To be cast out meant isolation, and isolation often meant death. So the brain evolved to obsessively track anything that might make us unworthy of belonging, which today shows up as a constant internal audit of our own flaws. But evolution is only half the story, because psychology adds another layer on top of it. Many of us grew up in environments where love felt conditional, where affection had to be earned through good behavior, good grades, or simply being easy to deal with. Psychologists call this conditional positive regard. When love has to be earned rather than freely given, we become experts at blaming ourselves the moment we fall short, and being kind to others becomes the safest, most reliable way to prove we're still worthy of staying in the group. Over time, this creates what psychologists call a split between who you actually are, who you want to be, and who you think other people see. When those three versions don't line up, the result isn't confusion, it's shame. And the kinder you are on the outside, the more that gap on the inside tends to grow because the outward kindness never actually reaches the belief driving it. So what actually closes that gap? Not more kindness toward others. That track is already full. It's redirecting the exact same patience, forgiveness, and benefit of the doubt you give strangers every single day and pointing it back at yourself for once. If any part of this sounds like you, here's the question worth sitting with. When's the last time you gave yourself the same grace you give a total stranger? Let us know in the comments. We read every single one.